In this video, we're going to look at the gradebook in Moodle. Now, one of the great things about the Moodle gradebook is that whenever you have an activity, it's automatically placed in the gradebook. You don't have to worry about going and creating an entry in the gradebook for that activity. So if you look at the course that I have here, I have several activities already created, and in Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, none in 4, 5, and 6. So when I go into the gradebook, by clicking on grades in the administration column, I'll see that those activities are already automatically entered into my gradebook. And that's true of any activity that you set up, whether it's a quiz, an assignment, whatever the case might be. And what will happen then is that once the grade is scored, and if it's a quiz, it will be automatically scored. Once the grade is scored, then the score will be automatically entered into the gradebook. Now, you can also enter grades into your gradebook by hand. What you need to do first is turn editing on, and then you can just go ahead and type whatever grade you want directly into the box. So I'm going to put in 35 for demo user, 41, and you see that the grades are then entered. Notice there's also an overall average for the assignment given, and if you go down to the far column, the course average is also calculated based on the number of assignments that have been completed. The other thing is, now supposing you actually wanted to add an entry into your gradebook without having to actually go ahead and put an activity in. Now note, you can always put a blank assignment in, an offline assignment, if you just want to add an entry into your gradebook. But you can also get your gradebook set up in another way. Now, the way that you do that, the way you set up an item into your gradebook without actually having to add the activity, I advise you to add the activity because it just helps you keep track of it. But if you don't want to, you can still go ahead and add stuff to your gradebook. What you would go to is the menu here and go to Setup and select Categories and Items. And when you do that, you should see this screen come up. And you can do two things. First, you can add a category, and we're going to talk about those in a little bit. But we just want to talk about the actual grade items. So we're going to add a grade item. And I don't know, test grade item, grade type. You can put a value, a scale, or a textual grade. I'm going to keep it as a value. Because I've put value here, I can't select use no scale. Maximum grade 100%, that's fine. 0, boom, boom, boom. And so we can just go ahead and save it. And you will notice now that that test grade item appears here as my last item. And I don't know if you would have noticed the weights, but the weights have also changed because I have one additional item to calculate for my grades. Now, if I go back and I look at the grader report, you'll see then that that item has then been added as the very last item on your gradebook. So that's the very simplest way of setting up your gradebook. I haven't spoken at all about weights. I haven't spoken about categories. We'll go into that in a little more detail in the next couple of videos.